Hey guys, so welcome back to my YouTube series From Me to You. This journaling series, this series is actually a journaling series that I just recently started where I will dive into 4 different journals that I'll be writing to myself or to kind of help myself work through some things. I'll be sharing that along with you. So if you're new here, welcome. Thank you very much for watching. But I know last week I had mentioned in the very first, or not last week, dang dude, a few weeks ago in the very first video that I uploaded, I had mentioned that I was going to be uploading a video every week explaining different journals. And, with this being brand new, I still have to get used to making time for it, thinking about it and really putting myself in that mindset to be recorded because, this is all a learning experience for me. Recording myself for one, sharing my vulnerability, and just even making time to upload things. So still work in progress, but we're gonna get it. If you're new here as well, just to give you a synopsis on the very first episode. So in this journaling series, I will be writing 4 different types of notes, one to my present self, my past self, my future self, and my future wife. And I explained a little bit of what that means to me in the very first video, but for this one, we're going to be going over the very first letter that I wrote to myself, and this letter is going to be a letter to my present self. So let's go ahead and get started. Also, if you hear noise in the background, I'm doing laundry. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. But anyways, so the very first letter from me to you, I write, believe in yourself. The hard work will pay off. You kind of see that? I know it's terrible handwriting, guys. My handwriting, dude, is bad. My teachers from a very young age have always told me that you have terrible handwriting and that their kids write better than I do. And I was like, okay, my bad. You understand what I'm writing, don't you? Just kidding. But if you have bad handwriting, note to self, bad handwriting is actually linked to a higher IQ. Positives. You gotta find them everywhere. But, okay, back to the letter. Forgive me for going on a tangent there. But, so for letter 1, this one really talking about, believing in myself and my hard work will pay off. Over the past few weeks, I've been going over, or I've been really diving into work a lot more. My 9 to 5, building up my clothing brand and seeing what we're going to do for the year and trying to figure that out. A lot of mental health work as well. And even working out. Last year I was injured doing CrossFit, which is really something that I loved, and I couldn't find anything that really felt challenging for me for a while. So I started training for a half marathon. Something that really started clearing my head and things like that. But with that being said, in these times in life when, you're just working on different things, you're not waking up to have wins stacked upon wins. You have to roll with the punches. And sometimes, more times than none, you get kicked around, right? And instead of letting that affect me in a negative manner and speaking badly to myself, saying I suck, why can't my life be like this? Why can't I do XYZ like this person? Which I used to do a lot of. And that just makes you more miserable. I started thinking, why can't I just speak positively to myself? So a big piece of advice that I got recently was someone told me, would you speak to yourself the way that you speak to your loved ones or a friend? And that changed the absolute game for me. Because if my friend was going through a hard time or my loved one, I wouldn't tell them they suck. I would tell them to keep believing in themselves, keep on working hard, and they'll get there, and I'll be there every step of the way. So, that was a big lesson for me. And that's something that made me change everything in terms of how I speak to myself. So, believe in yourself, the hard work will pay off. I truly do believe that. I really had to get in that mindset of, I know today is going to be a rough day, or it has been a rough day. How am I going to uplift myself? And that's kind of what helped me, write this down. Short, sweet, and very inspirational. It was very empowering to just write this down. So just going to keep it brief for this one. I appreciate you guys for watching. All 5 of you that watched last video, thank you. Still very small, but I guarantee that we will grow, and I believe in this channel, and as long as I change one person's life, that's all that matters to me. But yeah, if you want to follow along, subscribe below. Comment, share anything that you would like to share. I will go ahead and read all the comments and respond and encourage you any way that I can. If you want to follow me on Instagram, that is tagged or linked below, Arman_K with 2 Y's on Instagram. And then if you want to follow my clothing brand page, Fear Faith Co., that's also tagged. But next week I'll share a letter 2 with you guys. I promise it'll be done next week. But until then, I hope that y'all have a great weekend. Believe in yourselves always, love yourself, and we'll talk soon.